would get into a relationship with him or sleep with him in order to get visa to Canada. I'm like, because of what? I'm coming to pack unclaimed gold. I am not satisfied that you will leave Canada at the end of your stay as stipulated in subsection 216 bracket 1 of the IRPR based on. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Somi here again. If this is your first time, thank you so much for clicking, and I hope you consider subscribing. To my new subscribers, welcome to the family. To my OGs, I love you. Thank you so much for always tuning in. So finally I can sit down and chat with you guys. So today, if you want to know more about my visa journey, how I successfully got my Canadian visa after one rejection, then please keep on watching. So guys, this Canadian journey did not start overnight, I tell you. Like, since I was in my second year of university, I schooled in Ukraine, by the way. I always knew I wanted to come to Canada, and my friends would always talk about coming to Canada. We're planning, we look at schools, colleges, universities. Well, we only planned verbally. Unfortunately, we didn't take any like concrete action, at least not me. At least I didn't take any concrete action. I was just always researching and asking questions. And then like I graduated, and my plan was to move to Canada from Ukraine, relocate from Ukraine to Canada, but fortunately that didn't happen. And I say fortunately because I went back to Nigeria. I stayed in Nigeria for 2 years, and I must say, like, I do not regret going back to Nigeria at all. Like, my 2 years in Nigeria were just so amazing. I had an amazing experience. I met amazing people. I went through, obviously, like, you know, a bit challenging, you know, with the state of the country, but at the same time, I learned so much about myself, and I got to get a lot of experiences. So I really enjoyed my 2 years in Nigeria. I wouldn't trade that for anything. So I went back to Nigeria December of 2018, and by 2019 January I was already planning towards coming to Canada. So January 2019, towards the end, I got my admission into my current university. You guys, hey, this university drive from you. I got my first admission in January of 20, like I applied in January, I got the admission in like February or so. So I had that since 2019, and I deferred like 4 times. You guys just sit down, get your cup, get your tea, get your popcorn, because this story is long, okay? 2 years long, I tell you that much. So I got my admission February 2019, and 2019 was the year I was always hearing about Canadian visa rejection. I don't know if you guys remember, but the rejection stories I was hearing that 2019 was alarming. So I was a bit, would I say, scared, like, hope these guys will not reject my application. So my brother knew an agent, so he was like, okay, just try to use this guy. This agent, guys, I literally went to 3 different agencies. I've not even started. So this the first agent, my brother knew the person. Truck is passing by. Okay, so this first agent, my brother knew the person, and it wasn't expensive. It wasn't expensive at all. I don't even think I paid or completed the payment. Yeah, I just handed over everything to the guy. Like at that period, yeah, if you had asked me what was going on with my application, I would have known what to tell you, because I wasn't so involved in the process. Like, oh yeah, I handed in this document or that document, and then that was it. I didn't do much. And I'm not saying that was necessarily a bad thing, but one of the major differences between my first application and my second application is that I was heavily involved in the second application. Like the agency that I use, Vast Agency, oh my gosh guys, Vast Travel, like they got me involved in the process. They will walk you through it, they will let you know what's going on. And like I remember, like I don't want to jump to the second application yet, but like I said, one of the major differences is that I was heavily involved in my second application. But this first application, I didn't know what was going on. Even for my statement of intent or explanation letter, I was literally given a bunch of questions to answer, and I submitted the answers to the questions. And much later, after the rejection, when I looked at the statement of intent, it was as if they just copied my answers and just pasted it into the letter of explanation, because most of these agencies, they will help you write your letter of intent. On my second application, I wrote my letter of explanation or statement of intent myself. Obviously, like fast travel agency, like they'll walk you through it, you know, they help me to write it, like, okay, tell me what I'm supposed to add, you know, how I'm supposed to approach every paragraph and stuff like that. So they were really helpful. Well, I did it myself. So the first and second application, huge difference in the whole application process. So basically, yeah, whether you're using an agent or not, I definitely believe that you have to be super involved in the process. Maybe it's just me, you know, if you're lucky that you're not involved and you got it, that's awesome, yeah. But I think when you know what's going on, you put your mind to it and believe in it, I think, yeah, definitely it's going to work out. So just try to be involved in the process. If you're using an agent, know what's going on, like, okay, what are you submitting? You're not trying to take that job, but you just want to know what's going on with your application. You don't want them to, because you're paying them, right? You don't want them to do something it's not right. If you get rejected, you start looking for who to blame. So just know what's going on with your application. That's my very first advice of this video. So basically, the first application was put in my first visa application was put in May 2019. I think it was like the first week, the first few days, isn't like the 1st or 2nd of May. My application was put in May 2019, and by June, these guys sent me the rejection letter. They're like, no, you're not coming to Canada. I actually have the rejection letter here. Like, I printed it out back then. Jeez. Like, okay, let me call out my name and all that. See, rejection letter, at least the copy that I have. So yeah, let me read out the reason that they gave me for not giving me my visa. So, I am not satisfied that you will leave Canada at the end of your stay, as stipulated in subsection 216 bracket 1 of the IRPR, based on your personal assets and financial status. Like, but yeah, that was the reason they gave, and they said, oh, you're welcome to reapply if you feel that you can respond to these concerns and can demonstrate that your situation meets the requirements. Yeah, so just know that whenever you're going to reapply for a visa, you have to, that reason that they gave, because there's some people, like I've seen some rejection letters that they will state like 4 different reasons. Mine was just one reason. So if you're going to reapply, you have to make sure that you're combating their reason for not giving you your visa. So yeah, that's that. June 2019, my visa was rejected, although I did my biometrics in between. They had sent me a letter to send my biometrics. I did that, and then like a week after doing my biometrics, I was rejected. Okay, now this brings me to the obonge gist of this whole application process. So this was like July or August, like a month or so after my visa got rejected. This was when I met this person. So this person, a man, he owns an agency, but I think it's a one-man agency. Like he was the one running the whole business. So yeah, I met him through my brother. You guys, like, you know what, see, I wrote down the timeline of everything that happened. So if I'm looking down, just know that I'm trying to enter this gist. So like, I literally wish I could just write his name bold here and be like, blacklist this person from the whole world. But I'm not gonna do that. So guys, okay, well, we heard, oh, he can guarantee the visa. You know that people that can say, well, I'll guarantee your visa and all that. But I really don't know who can guarantee your visa. Maybe that people who have connections in embassy, that's great. But anyways, oh, he can guarantee visas. They've heard of people he has done for. Everyone he has done for is gotten, blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, oh, and then the fee was like, let's say 700k or so at the beginning, and then I put down a deposit of 180,000 naira. Okay, I'm giving you all the breakdown because you need to understand this gist. So I put in a deposit of 180,000 naira, and then to pay the rest after the visa is gotten and stuff. So I did that, and then the guy started calling me, more frequently. It's like, he'll call me to check up on me. He wouldn't discuss anything about the application, and then I would bring up the application and stuff, and then he would then be like, are you only talking to me because of your visa application? And I'm like, excuse me, that was the reason why I contacted you. I didn't contact you to become your friend. I contacted you so you can help me with my visa application and stuff. I didn't say it harshly anyways directly to him, but like that was what I was thinking, like, what was this one talking about here? So he started being all friendly, too friendly and all that. And then like this guy wasted about 8 months of my time. He would say, okay, bring this document or bring that document and stuff. Oh, don't worry, everything's gonna go away. You're gonna get your visa. At that point as well, he'll be chipping in personal things, calling me. And then he now brought up relationship, like, oh, I would like to date you. I'm like, uncle, I don't want to date you. Please do this visa thing for me first. I beg. I was tired at some point, like 8 months. Like if I calculated it well, it's like 8 months of my time. And this was the reason why I literally deferred. You guys remember I got my admission in February for September. I deferred to the next semester and then to the next semester because this guy was just wasting my freaking time. I deferred 4 freaking times. Oh my gosh, like I'm no longer angry. In fact, I was never really angry at him. I just like moved on from the whole situation. Anyways, okay, so when I now said no, okay, I don't want to date you, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, the guy now figured out that, okay, because he kept on trying. It wasn't a one-time thing. He would ask this time, I would say no. We keep on talking, both personally about the application. He would ask again. So when the guy now finally realized that, okay, this guy is not going to agree for me, you know what he now did? He now said, oh, I'm sorry, but it's like I have to increase your processing fee. And this guy, like, he increased, I can't remember the exact amount he called from me, but it was almost 1 million naira. This guy was like, oh, you have to pay more money, and then you have to pay everything at once right now before I start the process. And then that was when I was like, okay, this guy is crazy and I'm not here for this bullshit. Like, I was like, what? And that was when I called him out, because I've been holding myself back, like, okay, since they're saying this guy can guarantee visa, let me just calm down, because like it's a small thing that has to make me fire somebody. So but I was like, okay, let me just calm down. Like everyone was saying, just calm down. Are you guys hearing that? Everyone was saying, okay, just calm down, just finish your application process and just move on. And so I was calming down, but after this guy increased the price because I did not agree to date you, are you mad? Then I was like, okay, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I was like, you know what, fuck you, you're insane, I'm not doing it anymore. Remember I had deposited 180,000 naira. I was like, okay, please give me back my deposit, because this guy didn't do anything. At some point, yeah, I thought he had already put in my application, but then he didn't. And when I would ask him about it, he'd be like, oh, there's enough time, don't worry, this one, that one. The thing just tired me. I was like, you know what, forget it. When I asked him for the deposit, he was like, oh, it was used for this and that and that and that. I'm like, you know what, keep it, oh nah, keep it, I don't want any of this anymore. And I just signed out. Like, I cursed him out, I blasted him and all that. So I have peace of mind, and then I just moved on from the whole situation. Like, it was as if the guy thought maybe I don't know, but it seems like something that he must have done in the past as well, thinking, okay, I would get into a relationship with him or sleep with him in order to get visa to Canada. I'm like, because of what? I'm coming to pack unclaimed gold in Canada. What is in Canada that I will now come and be I will now have to be get into a relationship with someone because of that? Because apparently he had this huge reputation of getting your visa for you. Maybe he had some deep connection in there, but I didn't care about that. Like, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna pay you to do it, and then fine. Like, why do I have to get personally involved with you? Or more, you guys, I just ended the whole situation with him. I was like, forget it, I don't want to do it again. Bye bye, I beg. And then at this point, I almost gave up, wanting to come to Canada. I was like, I beg, this Canada thing don't tire me. What's all this going on? I don't want to do anymore. So for me, it was like, okay, this school needs to return my tuition deposit, because after I got my admission, I paid a deposit for the first semester, because you would need that for your visa application, yeah. So I contacted the school to refund me my tuition fee that I don't want again. And then this school, they now told me that, oh, that they can't refund my money. Oh, I'm like, on top of what again? Why can't you refund my money? They're like, oh, that my visa was rejected back in, because this was already 2020 now. My visa was rejected back in 2019, and that's an old visa refusal. So if I want to get my tuition fees back, that I have to get a new visa rejection, because that's the only way they can refund me. I'm like, it is finished though. This people want to eat my father's money. I say, lie, it will not happen. So at this point, I was like, I'm going to apply for my visa. Whether they reject, or if they reject it, okay, I'll get my tuition fees back. If they grant me the visa, fine, I'll go to Canada. But then, my brother was like, see, if you're gonna do it again, just do it right. Don't just do it anyhow. If you're actually going to put in the application, put it in right. I was like, okay. Like, I was just tired. I was nonchalant. I was like, okay, no problem. I will do it well. And then boom, 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 boom. That was when Fast Travel Agency came into the picture. You guys, yeah, like, I would hype them so much, because, and it's not just me. Like, I know personally, I know two people. I know someone like who's currently on it now at the moment and going through the process successfully. I know personally two people who have gone through them, and they have the same testimonies of how good they were, and their visa obviously was successful. So yeah, Fast Travel came into the picture. The agent, he looked through my rejection letter, and then he asked me to show all the documents I had submitted the first time, and I did that, and he found a huge discrepancy in one of the documents I had submitted, and like, that was probably the reason that my visa got rejected, because I had submitted a document that was incomplete. Like, there were no signed some sections were not signed, and there were some things about the documents that was incomplete, basically. So yeah, like, guys, make sure all your documents are complete and are accurate, and they meet up to the CIC or IRCC requirements and all that. Like, these Fast Travel guys, yeah, they literally made me read through the CIC website. They're like, you know what, I'll give you homework. Go and read through the CIC website and then come back. Like, I just love the way they work. It's like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but they literally soak you into the process. You know what's going on. You're like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, guys, but I just really loved working with them. I thoroughly enjoyed enjoy working with them. And yeah, I got my visa. Oh my gosh, I got my visa. So I'll look down at my phone now because I have the timeline of the whole visa. This is my second visa now. I'm just gonna break down everything because it took me 5 months to get my final letter of approval. So let's see. So June, we're going to give you the dates, the exact date. June 18th. Do you know what's crazy? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hold on. This rejection letter was sent to me June 19th of 2019. My visa got rejected June 19, 2019, and I submitted my second application June 18, 2020. I don't know, but that's just like amazing to me. Like I submitted like literally a year after. So I put in my online application June 18, July 2020, sorry, July 22nd, 2020, I was asked to go for my medicals. And I told you guys before, the first time I applied, I did my biometrics, and biometrics lasts for 10 years. So if you do biometrics once, you don't have to do it again until 10 years later. So July 2020, July 22nd, 2020, I was asked to go for my medicals. So I went for my medicals, I think maybe July 25th or so, I can't remember. And then by August 5th, I passed my medicals. They sent me they like put it into, because you can log into the CIC portal and check for yourself. So they said I'd passed my medicals, and then I received my AIP, which is the approval in principle. It's something they started doing during the whole COVID situation. So there are two stages of approval. So the first one was AIP, and then October 22nd, 2020, I got a passport request letter. So I was asked to go submit my passport, and I submitted my passport on the 27th of October, and I received it back on the 20th of November. So I think that's a long window between the date I submitted my passport and when I received it, because typically it could take like a week or 2 weeks to get your passport back. But let me tell you guys, if you know you're going to renew your passport, renew it before you submit your application, because that was one thing that I did. Thank God it didn't have any huge effect. But I had submitted my application, and then I renewed my passport in the middle of the whole process. And I heard that was what delayed them returning my passport to me, because they had to check and make sure, it was the same person per se. So yeah. And then November 18th, 2020, my final approval letter arrived. Oh my gosh. And boom, I came into Canada January of 2021. Oh my gosh. And then that's it. That's my visa process. I'm so grateful to God for bringing me this far. This is a 2-year journey. Of course, a lot of challenges along the way, but like I said earlier, I wouldn't trade that 2 years for anything. It taught me a lot. I had a lot of experiences as well that I'm grateful for. So yeah, and that's it. Okay, we're in Canada now, trying to live the Canadian dream. So to everyone who's trying to apply for your Canadian visa, I wish you the best of luck. I hope that your dreams come through. But like I said, believe in it. Get involved in the process. Whether you're going to use an agent or not, just soak yourself into it. Literally, I know, yeah, some of you might ask me, do you need to use an agent? You don't need to use an agent, actually. Like if you can research for yourself and know the things that you need to put in, then do them. If you want to use an agent, that's totally fine as well. I did use an agent, and yeah, here I am. So thank you guys so much for watching this visa story. If you have any questions, anything you like me, anything I didn't touch, maybe if I missed something along the way, put it down in the comment section. Maybe I'll do a Q&A video about this whole process again, if you guys want, that is. So thank you guys so much. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like this video, okay? Please, please, please. And I'll see you guys in my next video.